Okay, guys. Welcome to the third episode of our lovely podcast where we talk about privacy. I'm gonna get distracted with this chair. Okay, so in this episode I thought we would be talking about the exhibition, how we planned it, how it went, and moving forward, what we're planning to do for our second submission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Exhibition day.
stressful day. Yeah. Well, I think the best moment of the day was actually when after all that stress and all that, morning where we still were trying to figure out all the electric and technical stuff and that everything works and the sound works and everything, the best moment was Jules trying out our exhibition, coming out of the tent, and the first sentence was just, "This was great." and then like all the tension and everything was gone, and we were just so happy, and I was just wanting to give him like all the muffins that we had.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite. And then we had 30 people on our waiting list. That's insane. Like, all my friends were there, my flatmates, they couldn't even try it because we had so many people already waiting for it. So our feedback was really, really good.
But the good thing about our project is that you can check it online.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not the same experience if you're not in like a private space we set up, but you can still check it out. So.
Yeah. And also that, in the end, and we were just like all so happy and like celebrating in the team, and everything went so well that I'm like really, really relieved that our exhibition was so great and we could surprise everyone with it.
And it's good it turned out the way it did, because we had technical difficulties like 30 minutes after the time we should have started, like at 3:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we made it happen in the end, and everything went well. Something is anyway. Yeah. Anyone else want to share their favorite moment from the exhibition?
Everyone's like, I don't know which one of my
Yeah.
favorite.
There were so many.
The best thing.
The best thing was when it's finished, and we had like 10 people trying to take down the tent.
Oh my God.
The favorite moment for me is to watch our tutors to fill the form that we designed. Like watch their feel their private moment, their private life. I think is quite funny.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like we made them feel uncomfortable just with the scenes that we recorded and we made, and I don't know.
But like the feedback was so different. Like, for example, Martin was like, "Oh my God, I'm so freaked out and this was so weird and like so uncomfortable for me." And then like other people like Michael or Andrew or people that already they didn't even know what they were like to expect, because like, for example, I tried to like tell Andrew to not check out the mirror so that he doesn't know what's gonna happen and anything, but they still, like, the feedback was just so different. Like, some said that was like interesting, and some said it was very uncomfortable. Like, for example, also Michael, who said the most uncomfortable moment for him was like the shower scene with all the thoughts of Brendan, and where I didn't expect that, because I think the most uncomfortable is either the orgy scene or the murder scene, maybe. Yeah. So a lot of good feedback, personal feedback, and
I think everyone enjoyed it, the experience, even though they had different comments. And I remember like Assad, when he finished, when he was done with the experience, he came out and he was like amazed, and he told us we could actually take it to the next level and present it somewhere like in a bigger venue, which I think it would be a cool idea if we could have the time and make it happen. yeah, moving forwards, where do we want to take it from here? Like, what can we change about it? Because Agnes mentioned in her feedback that we could have a relation
The
with
question
the
with
questions
the
and the
film.
scenes and interaction. Like, if you click yes, it's a different scene you see than if you click no. Yeah, what other ideas do you guys have?
And I think the ideas from Martin and Michael is really very good. Martin said we need to change the rhythm between the question and the video. And he said we can have a long video at first and then go to some questions, and we can cut the videos like into 4 parts, and after one question we can go to one small video and make it a suspense here. And to next question and next video, and then we can take the rhythm more slowly than before, like this, have a rhythm flow. I think this is a good one. And Michael said we can change the method to go to next part. Like sometimes we need to press the button twice to go to next part. And he said maybe we do not just put a black screen here, or just after the video is over, they can go to next part directly. I think these 2 ideas are really very useful for our whole submission.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Agnes is trying to say that there are some grammar and vocabulary not very suitable in our website, so we can change that.
Yeah, these are small details we can change.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about having multiple questions and keeping the pace up as they go? I don't know, I feel it would distract you from the scenes. Like, if you have too many questions to answer, then you might get slightly bored. But we could change the context of the questions, and so that they are more personal. Even though they were already effective, I feel like.
Oh, they also say about the term and condition. We can make it difficult to read with the suspense of time. So
you have a time
uh,
limit.
yeah,
time limit.
like Martin, he reads that for 2
Martin
hours.
was the only one, yeah,
and even take a picture of this.
He
So
did take a picture,
yeah, we can make it more short, and to make it blur or things like that too difficult to read, to force them to go to next part.
And the words in our policy is smaller than smaller when we continue to read it.
It can be just vanished after this page is gone, and they can never go back to check it.
Yeah.
It's a technique problem.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change or add too many questions though, because like I feel I mean, we saw it on the waiting list that our project actually takes pretty long, and then like if people are answering more questions, of course it will be good for us and for like data and feedback on all, and like, you know, for our research. But for the experience, I don't know, like afterwards they will probably forget 3/4 of it anyways, and they just remember the good ones. So why, you know, add more than we need and just have the good ones anyways. So I think the number of our questions was pretty good.
Yeah, only Agnes and Martin made a comment about that. I mean, everyone has a different opinion, for sure, but I was happy with the outcome. Like, especially, like, we made the whole project in a week's time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we had the idea, but we never actually tried to, you know,
Work on it.
test it
Yeah.
and work on it. Yeah. So it's impressive what we did.
Can we keep that information private?
Ooh, that's a nice topic. Let's talk about that. Is anything fried? I don't know.
It's
just,
still existent.
Cut this part.
Yeah.
We're gonna edit this part out.
Beep. The following content is not suitable for all our professors and tutors. You're too honest.
Maybe it's just a treat for our tutors. Some inside information.
We mean work for weeks, not a week.
Yeah. For multiple
We
weeks.
just tested it for weeks.
Yeah.
We should have
For weeks.
tested it for years. Oh god.
No, but I was happy that at the end we got to combine both our ideas and
Yeah.
they were effective in the way they
Yeah.
worked.
Mm.
I don't remember if there was any participant that didn't actually turn around. Because I was there for most of them and they all were shocked, like turning around, seeing the crowd. But it ruined the experience for some of them because they were already in the crowd
Yeah.
and then they went to experience
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
So, like, one future comment to improve
Yeah.
would be
Mhm.
just to have a different section for the
Yeah.
audience,
Yeah.
from the people
Mhm.
that are
So
going to
like when we
experience
presented in the MoMA in New York, we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should just have it.
But
so
it attracted a lot of people because it was
Yeah.
interesting the way that it was set up, the tent.
yeah, I mean, otherwise we would have just like had 10 test persons, and the other ones wouldn't have known at all what it was about. So, and I still like I got a lot of feedback from my flatmates, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is great!" And they just like looked at it through the mirror, and then they were like, "Oh, and these questions, and yeah, and the project is great, and it looks so interesting." And they like even told people in my student accommodation about it, and then it was great, and they didn't even try it, you know.
Mhm.
So it was actually really good that we had that window to let people watch it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we achieved our original goal of shocking them so that they keep
Mhm.
thinking about it even after it's done
Yeah.
for the next week or so. And maybe they take their privacy more to more consideration, like the things
Mhm.
they post. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me it hasn't changed much.
No.
But because I was already not posting or not being very active
Mhm.
online. But
I still
Yeah.
post the same stuff. The thing is, I just thought about this today when I met with Zoe, and then like she went home after we met and after we went shopping, and then she texts me and I get this huge voice message, and she's like, "So I just saw that someone got run over by a car in front of me because he tried to cross the street when there was a red light." And she's like, "Oh my god, and please take care and don't cross the street all the time when there's a red light, and oh my god, and this is so awful." And of course it's horrible and all these things, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, maybe I should take more care now that there are many more people and all the tourists, and you know, there's really a lot of traffic. But then I just, on my way here, I already crossed the street like 3 times without a green light, and then I was like, this is like exactly like a metaphor for this stuff as well. You know, as long as it doesn't really happen in front of yourself or like,
or
you know, to you,
Yeah.
like all these things with like, oh, your card details have been stolen online or your profile has been faked or stuff. As long as you don't experience it yourself,
Mhm.
you don't
Yeah.
care about it
Yeah.
as much.
Mhm.
I think if I have seen this, I wouldn't have crossed the street 3 times already
Mm.
without a green light. But like, it's the same with privacy as well. Like, as long as there's nobody like catfishing you or, you know, stealing your data or selling it or I don't know, your money or whatever, you just keep on doing what you're doing
Mhm.
because you think it's fine and nothing's gonna happen.
I mean, even if it does, you might change your perspective for a year or so.
Yeah.
Then you go back to your original.
Yeah, and then you cross the street again.
Yeah.
It's like,
And then you get run
yeah.
over.
It's the first time.
yeah. I mean, I think that's just my experience with this project. I mean, even if you think about and you read even more about all these things that happen with your data and stuff, but in the end, I didn't change my habits.
Yeah, I mean, I still have the same password for every site, so I'm not, yeah.
I mean,
I'm not very cautious.
I
about
don't, but I all have them saved on my phone, which doesn't make it better.
it. Yeah.
No. So.
But I've seen like a lot of apps nowadays that they have encrypted, double encryption stuff for messages. So something changes in like what's the word I'm trying to use? In the community, yeah. because like, you know, Snapchat can see your Snapchats even though they're vanished after 6 seconds or whatever. You think Messenger cannot read your messages, but it can. Same with WhatsApp, same with, I don't know, Skype or whatever. Some people might monitor your Skype calls and see you, even though you only see yourself or the friend you're talking to. So I think it might change in the future, but it's weird where technology is headed. Like with all the AIs and stuff, I read that they created 2 robots. I don't remember about what, but they started communicating using their own language after 2 weeks, and they had to shut down the whole project. So it's not about people stealing your privacy, it's also about AI learning, and you never know what will happen in the future, but you can take control of, you know, your own use with personal, like, social media pages and your privacy. So I think we tried to show it in our project, and people took notice, but they don't know in what level it affected them to just change their whole perspective on the topic.
Yeah, I think it was more a project to explore and also like to present our research and what we think about it and what it's like to live in an age of digital media and social media and whatever. But I mean, you can't force people to take care of their data, and like even if you're working on this and like you work on the project and you do all the research and you're confronted with all of these things that happen with data, even then, even we don't change our habits. So how should we raise awareness for just our visitors of our project within like 10 minutes? I mean, everyone knows what's happening, but nobody's gonna change it as long as they're not like badly influenced by anything or nothing, or anything happens or whatever. So yeah, I think that we explored so many things and did so much research and got so many, you know, like so much feedback and everything, that our project came a long way since the beginning.
Yeah, and constructive criticism on where to take it from here as well. And personally, I would be really glad to continue this project with you guys, like after we finish with all our projects we have at the moment. Because it could be something really interesting.
Yeah.
If we give it
and
more
meaningful.
time and more, and meaningful as well.
Oh, I want to present it.
Yeah.
In all the spaces that Asad mentioned.
Yeah. Note to future self. We're gonna present it. It's gonna be great.
Great.
Any other comments? Any other ideas? Okay. Well, thanks everyone for your work this last, 2 months, but especially these last 3 weeks leading up to the installation, and now we have 2 more weeks, 10 more days until the second submission.
Yeah.
We're gonna work hard.
Whoop, whoop.
So hard. To everyone listening, we'll never stop. We just keep working. We do everything.
Because we can do it all.
Yes, that's our motto. So yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you.